Hudakesha means Hudaka means sleep, and one who conquers the sleep is called as Hudakesha. Sleep also means ignorance. So Arjuna conquered both sleep and ignorance because of his friendship with Krishna. As a great devotee of Krishna, he could not forget Krishna even for a moment, because that is the nature of a devotee, either in walking or in sleep. A devotee of the Lord can never be free from thinking of Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes. Thus, a devotee of Krishna can conquer both sleep and ignorance simply by thinking of Krishna constantly. This is called as Krishna consciousness or samadhi. As Rishikesh, or the director of the senses and the mind of every living entity, Krishna could understand Arjuna's purpose in placing the chariot in the midst of the armies. Thus he did so and spoke as follows. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Mena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Mena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Gram Yatkripa Tamam Bande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Hare Krishna. So very important shloka. सेनयोर उभयोर मध्ये सपयित्वा रथोत्तमम्. Actually, if one understands chapter 1, then he'll get the essence of chapter 2. When one gets the essence of chapter 2, entire Gita is understood. When entire Gita is understood, heart will be happy. So it all begins through the process of hearing. Hearing is the most sublime process. Dear devotees, no matter where you are, what kind of situation we are, either we are at our deathbed, or either we are at the hospital, or either we are elated, joyful, we should always hear. One should always aspire to hear. If there is nothing to hear, ask somebody to come and read you purports of Srila Prabhupada. If you are unable to do that, we should have a person. Tell him to read. Dear devotees, Srila Prabhupada, we will understand Gita if we understand the heart of the Acharyas. You know how much struggle Srila Prabhupada took to write these things, or to speak, or to every line which we are reading. It is the heart of the Acharya. Dear devotees, this is the law book for the next 10,000 years. These books will be read, will be assessed, will be assimilated in their life, that will be manifested through action. Through that action, the faith and conviction in the process increases. Through that, dependency on them is increased. They are dependent on Srila Prabhupada. We are dependent on his words. We are dependent on the spiritual master. It's only through them we are able to perceive little things from this from this gigantic Bhagavad Gita. Because this is the words of Krishna. Dear devotees, we are connecting with the Lord. Sanjaya is speaking this verse. This is exalted Vaishnava. No, he was given a special vision by the Lord, by his spiritual master. Last week, Mataji was asking this question. How was Sanjay able to see that? Because it is a mercy. Toma bina ke dayanu jagat samsara. Sing about Lord Chaitanya is a merciful personality. Namo Mahavadanya Krishna Prem Pradayate. What is this deity? What is Krishna Prem? Krishna है Krishna Chaitanya है नाम निगोरे तुसे नमः. That Lord Chaitanya is what is he giving? Krishna Prem. Now, before we go into this verse, I want to explain few things. That's why I'm trying to speak these things. Because who is Lord Chaitanya? Krishna Prem. What is Krishna Prem? It's the rarest thing in this creation. It cannot be compared to our wealth, cannot be compared to our happiness. This material world cannot be compared to name, fame, profit, adoration, cannot be compared to any of the things of this world. It's completely different. It's not in this, it is somewhere else. That somewhere else is this purpose which we are discussing. That somewhere else is in the heart of these acharyas. And that is the essence of everything. Now we need to understand here in this context, Arjuna is requesting Krishna, please take me to the center of the battlefield. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. Massani sarvabhutani. Maya tadam idam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina. Krishna is the cause of all this jagat. He is the source of all this jagat. Maya tadam idam sarvam. Sarva. He is the sarva. Sarvantaryami. He is the cause of all causes. Massani sarvabhutani. That Krishna, through him, everything is residing. Massani sarvabhutani. And that same Supreme Personality of Godhead is the charioteer for Arjuna. That same person, let there be a creation. Just he didn't even say. He just decided, let there be a creation. There is a creation. And when he was sleeping, the stem sprouted through his abdomen. And then through which Brahmaji came. He simply said that let there be a creation. That's it. It's a creation. But when we say that, that is not manifested. Now that Krishna, who's so powerful, that Krishna is given in this age of Kali. But Krishna Prem, there's no difference between Krishna and Krishna Prem. There's no difference between Krishna and Krishna's name. There's no difference between Krishna and Krishna's pastime. There's no difference between Krishna's and Krishna Tattva. They're all on the absolute plane. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tattvataha. That's why we need to understand the Lord through Tattva. Tattva deham punarjanma naiti mamit. When you understand that, then you'll not come again here. Because what are we understanding? We are understanding the heart of the Lord. And that Tattva, that Krishna Prem, is actually given by our acharyas. They're given to us. Namo Mahavadana, Krishna Prema Pradayate. They devotees. Krishna Prem is only available in this Kali Yuga. Next Kali Yuga, Krishna Prem is not available. You know why? Because Lord Chaitanya doesn't come in next Kali Yuga. In this Kali Yuga only he can. The doors to Goloka will be closed. So if you are not taking up the process seriously now, we should realize that that will never happen in our life. If you are not taking now, then technically it will never happen in our life. That means We are we are lost in this world. Punarapi janaram, punarapi maranam, jatare sairam, kadu dukkare, pahi samsare, pahi murare. This is the cycle as spoken by Adi Shankaracharya. That will not manifest. Who is Lord Shiva? Who came to this world to give the souls who are completely lost. And what Lord Chaitanya did? Oh, amazing. Krishna Prema Pradayate wanted to give the love of God. Their devotees, when Lord Chaitanya actually went through so many streets, so he did South India Yatra, he traveled all through India, and he distributed Krishna Prem, the love of God. He said everyone, wherever he go, he used to tell everyone, chant Hare Krishna. Now, the moment Lord Chaitanya says chant Hare Krishna, the person takes it and then corrects it and advances it. A lot of people have taken like that just by the mere presence of the Lord. They took up to the process. They continued for their whole life. See, to the example of Jagan and Madhe. They continued all through their life. They chanted 128 rounds every day. And then they were absorbed in Krishna Katha. Then they were serving. That was their business. And then they had disciples because they took this process core to the heart. Now that Lord Chaitanya is ready to give Krishna Prem through his devotees. So the discussion which we are doing, the purport which we are discussing is actually written by that person who's a soldier of Lord Chaitanya. Kalipurusha couldn't enter when Parikshit Maharaj was there. Parikshit Maharaj held Kalipurusha for 700 years. He kept a checkmate. There's a checkmate. Parikshit Maharaj kept a checkmate on Kalipurusha. Kalipurusha couldn't do anything for next 700 years. But Srila Prabhupada, by the time Srila Prabhupada came, Kalipurusha is everywhere. Everywhere. But Srila Prabhupada is removing Kalipurusha through his association. He's carving out Kalipurusha in this world through his presence. Now, whoever takes his association, whoever takes the association of the Acharya, whoever aspires to follow his instructions, Kalipurusha will not affect him. Because Srila Prabhupada also already has given benediction. Kalipurusha will not affect you if you follow my instructions. For example, just imagine if a child is not habituated to a bad habit, to protect him is easy. That's what Parikshit Maharaj did. But Srila Prabhupada's protection is even deeper. What is that? Srila Prabhupada's protection is to give us association, then remove the Kalipurusha from the heart. That means those qualities are there. Because when Parikshit Maharaj was there, Kalipurusha couldn't enter, but now Kalipurusha has entered so much. Now to remove that is even difficult. That's what Acharya should do. All we need to do is, we need to simply follow their instructions. Then Krishna Prem will come. We dared over we should finish this business in this lifetime. We shouldn't go for next life. Just like we say, let me do this tomorrow. Or let me from tomorrow I will chant sincerely. Or from tomorrow I will read. Or from tomorrow I will hear. No, that tomorrow will never come. That should be enough. Not tomorrow. Because the tomorrow is can be next life or next life or next life. We don't know. Because always a question will come in the heart. Why am I unable to practice more sincerely? The answer is our attachments. Because our attachments are the one which actually pull the sadhaka. Actually, devotee was asking this question, very interesting question. Question is, please hear this question. The question is, now when everything is going good, we're unable to chant Hare Krishna. Then if health is bad, can we chant Hare Krishna? Or if you're closer to death, can we chant Hare Krishna? Or matter of fact, if you're on the deathbed, can we chant Hare Krishna? If now everything is good, I am unable to chant. Now will I be able to chant when everything is bad? I said that is impossible. In when everything is good, we cannot practice Krishna consciousness means if something is bad, we can never practice Krishna consciousness. Because if things are good, mind is absorbed in so many unwanted things. When things are bad, will mind be absorbed in Krishna? No. So if the mind is not absorbed in Krishna, then will Antakalisha Mamima work? Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam Tante kalevaram tam tam eveti konteya Adatad bhavita. Will that work? No, it will never work. Now, why it will never work, we'll discuss that. Because it is important. For example, if we are not interested to read, or if you are not interested to hear, if we want other attachments, if we are connected to other engagements in this world, then rest better be assured that that is what we will remember at the time of death. Because we never took this to our heart. The devotees here, Arjuna is thinking or understanding or actually perceiving through his heart, not through the heart of Krishna now at this moment. Chapter 1 is Arjuna's heart. Through Arjuna's heart, he becomes bewildered because he is thinking through his consciousness. He is thinking through his way of understanding Dharma. His way of understanding Dharma is what? Is to leave his Dharma. Is that correct? No. Arjuna is actually leaving his Dharma, which will come. Now that same Arjuna is been kept in the situation, and then through that bafflement, he is turning towards Krishna, which is a vital process in Bhakti Yoga. Turn towards the Lord. Turn towards the instructions of the Acharyas. But whoever does that, their spirituality is in the correct place. Then his chanting will improve. Then his hearing will improve. Because what is he doing? He's turning towards them. Now, here in this particular sloka, Arjuna is very clearly confirming that, my dear Krishna, take me to the center of the battlefield. Now, Krishna took him. And Srila Prabhupada is explaining about the wonderful quality of Arjuna. Now, what is Arjuna? Gudakesha. It means he's never in ignorance. That means he's always absorbed about Krishna, about his words. his form, his qualities, his pastimes. He's always absorbed in the devotees. He's always thinking about those pure devotees who are there around him. He's trying to serve them, he's trying to please them. So when as Arjuna is engaged in this way, he's never forgetting Krishna. Now that same Arjuna is bewildered. Please understand this, dear devotees. It's very important because Arjuna on one side is so pure, he has everything, and he is actually serving the Lord, serving the acharyas. He's actually pleasing his superiors. Now that same Arjuna is kept in a difficult situation. Now Krishna knows where to keep his devotee. That means when a difficulty is coming into our life, we need to understand that this is actually granted. Doesn't Krishna know that there is a difficulty in our life? Krishna knows. Krishna knows that there is a difficulty in our life. Krishna knows there is a problem in our life. Krishna knows there is a problem after problem in our life. That is actually good. But the problem is we don't know that Krishna knows. The problem is we don't realize that Krishna knows everything. Because the moment we realize we don't bog down, go in front of the Lord, and my dear Lord, I need this, I need this, I need this. Rather than what do we go towards the Lord and then says, my dear Lord, I'm doing this, but you give me what is good to me. I'm doing this service. Now you give the results for that. You can accept or reject. Ashlishya va padaratam pinastama. My dear Lord, you can cuddle me or embrace me. This is, dear devotee, this is the highest state of surrender. It comes after surrender. Atma Samarpana. So Arjuna submitted himself so that Krishna is reciprocating back to him. If the submission is not there, the reciprocation will not be in the way Krishna wants that to be. Because the reciprocation from the Lord is might be to take away everything from us. That is that we don't accept. Eventually, at the time of that, everything has to be taken away. If we accept it before only, then what happens? Then that is pleasing the Lord so much. No, Lord will not take away everything from us because we are not in that state. Please understand. The difficulties come, these difficulties are only for Pandavas and pure devotees, not for us actually, because we are not yet there. Actually, our acharyas say Krishna will think so many times before giving that difficulty, whether he'll accept it or not. Because that is the nature of the father. Father is always like that. Always wanted to give the best. Now, when Arjuna says, my dear Lord, put me into the center of the battlefield, Krishna immediately did it. Masani Sarvabhutani, who is the source of everything, that person is actually hearing from another devotee. And he is happy serving that in that way. No, Krishna is not morose. Oh, I'm serving Arjuna now. No, I became a charity. No, he's excited. He's happy serving his devotee. And even Arjuna is happy. Why? Because he's been served? No, because he's taking association of Krishna. Because their relationship is strengthening more and more. For example, if you If you have a loved one in your life, it's like a mother and son relationship. So through that loved ones, what happens? Whenever we see them, we feel joyful. We feel happy. That's how Arjuna was also feeling happy. Because he's with Krishna. Just imagine. Krishna could have been anywhere at that moment. But he stayed with Arjuna. Through that stay, Arjuna was very happy. Not that Arjuna is superior here because Krishna is a driver. No. That is in the material platform. The spiritual plane, there is nothing like that. In the spiritual plane, everything in the spiritual plane will give satisfaction. Everything will give what? What kind of satisfaction is that? Everything in the spiritual plane is on an absolute platform. It's not on a relative platform, and it is not tinged with dualities. There is no dualism. There is no inferior, superior. There is no this, that. This relationship. That means through that relationship, whatever Krishna says, Arjuna is ready to accept it. So likewise, whatever Arjuna says, Krishna is ready to accept it. That kind of a relationship. Friendship. Now that friendship is there with everyone. Krishna has a relationship with everyone, but we cannot imitate that. Why? Why we shouldn't imitate? Because we are not yet there in the platform of surrender. That means after surrender we imitate. After surrender we will never imitate. Because we are naturally humbled after surrender. That has to come naturally. Just like a mother who is actually trying to, she's calling her son. She made dosha or idli or khichdi. She made that and then she called. She offered it to the Lord Jagannath. And then it's a prasad. She called son. Now, unless and until mother calls the son, there is no question of son to reciprocate with mother.
नहीं नहीं डोंट वरी हाँ अच्छा लग रहा है वेरी नाइस
इसके साथ भी ना चुन्नी बहुत हैवी है
अच्छा
आई वांट अ प्लेन सूट विद दैट
Can you mute, please?
दुपट्टा
हाँ
नेक्स्ट
मैं
टाइम
अगर
दे
तुझे
देना
दुपट्टा
नेक्स्ट टाइम
दूं
दे देना
तो तू बनवा लाई
हाँ हाँ नेक्स्ट टाइम दे देना बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है
बिकॉज
Hare
वो
Krishna.
चुन्नी ऐसे
Can
डाली
somebody mute, please?
Yes, Manidhar Prabhu, can you please mute the Rita
Hare Krishna.
Mataji?
Yes,
So that's
Prabhu,
how.
I've done that.
So that's how it is been done. Unless and until mother calls the son, so there's no reciprocation. So it is Krishna who was there to give that relationship. Because Krishna consciousness is a science, is a deep science. It has to be given us. We should receive that. Then only we can understand it. Otherwise, we cannot understand. That is what I was trying to tell. Srila Prabhupada's purports are amazing. His disciples' associations, his followers' association is amazing for us. Because it is through that association only our faith is convinced. We get that conviction. But other than this, there is nothing. But when we do not follow in this way, then conviction will not. Because insecurities are there in the heart. I'll go back to that question. If our chanting is not done, if the chanting is not giving satisfaction when everything is good, Will we be able to chant Hare Krishna when there are difficulties? No, dear. In difficulty, we will put the chanting bead aside because the difficulties are overtaking us. Then what is the solution for this? How do we come out of this? Dear devotees, the solution is when everything is good, we should really take up this process to the core of the heart. When things are all right, our Shravana Kirtana should be intensified. When they are intensified, then the mercy from the Lord, Krishna gives that mercy. Srila Prabhupada, the Acharyas, they give us that mercy. Now, through that mercy, what happens is we get the strength through that mercy. Because it is only the mercy of the spiritual master. There is no hope in this world, actually. There is no hope. It's only the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. There is no hope. Because it is through that mercy we are able to chant even during difficulties. That means it is a clear indication that we are dependent souls. We are dependent. Nobody in this world is independent. You see tiger in the forest, it is dependent on other living entities for her food. Is it not dependence? It is dependence. At home, we are also dependent. Husband is dependent on the wife, wife is dependent on the husband. Family, kids are dependent on the parents. Everyone is dependent. Wherever you go, this dependency is there. Even if you go to office, you are dependent. If you want to know something, somebody has to tell you. Otherwise we don't know. So this dependency is always there. Prahlad Maharaj, he says to his school friends that the more we depend on the instructions of the Lord, he says that the essence of everything is to be dependent. And that dependency comes when we completely take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. We do not have anything else other than that. That is the only shelter which gives pacification to the heart. Nothing else will give. You might try so many things, nothing will give satisfaction to the heart. Because Krishna did not give unlimited happiness in these things of this world. Because he is the greatest engineer. So he knows where that happiness is. Very, very important. And he did not keep it either there. That is a secret. So likewise, here Arjuna is trying to be happy through his thought process here. That is the reason he says, I want to see both the sides of the party. I want to see who they are, who are here, who are here. And then Krishna knows there's a great service to be done. So Krishna goes and keeps Arjuna in front of his attachment. Just like we are also kept in front of our attachments. What is difficulty? Losing our attachments, right? That is difficulty, right? But if we are already in a state that there is no attachment, then will we be fearful or will we be seeing that as the same difficulty? An example, when one loses something, then he feels sad, more or less depressed. But through that losing, Because that is not connected to the Lord, that attachment is not connected to the Lord, he feels morose. But if that attachment is connected to the Lord, then we understand that, oh, Lord has given me this, Lord has taken away from me. He gave me this, no, he removed from me. So when we see that, he has given me everything, now he's taking away. What is the problem for me not to accept? Actually, at this moment, we need to catch hold of the Lord more. My dear Lord, I don't want to leave your lotus feet. Please, Sri Sri Radha Chandra, please. Radha Vrindavan Chandra, please protect. Srila Prabhupada, please protect. I don't want to leave your lotus feet. Please, please, please. I know this is difficult, but I can come out of it. Please, please. That's why I want to catch hold of your lotus feet. Please, 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 please. So through that difficulty, what is happening? Relationship is developing more. Relationship is intensifying. That is what happened to Arjuna. His relationship intensified with Krishna because he turned towards Krishna through the difficulty. Then the difficulty will be future embellishments. That is what Kunti Maharani says, right? Vipada santu tatra 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 jagat guru bhavata darshanam yascheta punarbhava darshanam. That is why Kunti Maharani, when Krishna is about to leave to Dwarka from Hastinapur, Kunti Maharani runs to Krishna and then she says, my dear Lord, it's only because of you we are here like this. You protected us continuously. All these difficulties become an embellishment, relishment for us. It's only because of you. Because you are there in all those difficulties. I know you protected us in every moment. Now, this is what is a relishment of that pure devotee. And then when the difficulties comes in our life, oh, we should be joyful. Because they are the future embellishments in the heart. Because that is what is giving conviction in the process. Now, through this state, even in difficulties, we can chant Hare Krishna. But if we do not see the presence of the Lord, when everything is going good, that means we are seeing ourselves as the source of everything. That is why we are unable to chant. I remember as well as Radhanath Swami Maharaj, he tells this thing. Oh, you have difficulties? Oh, you do not have difficulties? It doesn't matter. Do you have difficulty, not difficulty, you have this problem, that problem, doesn't matter. You chant Hare Krishna. You're here. You're not. Your chanting of the Mahamantra is not dependent on that. But rather your chanting of Mahamantra is dependent on to please the Lord. Why are we chanting? To please the Lord, not to go back home back to Godhead. Our intention is to please the Lord. If the Lord is pleased, He will take us wherever He wants us to be there. Because we need to give, just like Lord gave us the independence, we should also give Lord that thing from our side. Just like Lord has given independence, we should also give Him independence from our side. We cannot force Him. मुझे ये चाहिए, मुझे ये चाहिए, I want this, I want this, I want this. We cannot force the Lord. The gopis, they were thinking that Krishna is only with me. Then Krishna left. Just a moment. He left. For what to speak of us? If we are thinking that Krishna should be with me, or Krishna fulfill this, otherwise, if you are there, you should fulfill this. Hare Hare Krishna. How can I tell that? How can we tell that? Krishna, if you are there, if you are, I know you are there, because devotees are telling, but you should give me this. Cannot control the Lord like that. Mother Yashoda also controlled, but her control is different. That control is through simplicity, but this control is through Rajoguna, which is and anartha, thinking that I am the doer. That's the problem. That's why we cannot chant through difficulties, because we would never aspire for that. Hare Krishna. Well, stop it here. Anyone would like to add anything? Any comments? Any questions? You can go from there. Hare Krishna. All right. Thank you all very much. If I spoke anything wrong, please excuse me. If I caused an inconvenience through my words, please excuse me. Hare Krishna. Thank you all very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for this nectar class. And you explained so nicely about when the difficulties come, the devotees or neophyte devotees, they keep aside the chanting and they just focus on the difficulties. So but to explain so nicely that how should we focus on chanting and surrender to Krishna. So thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Has any question or comment?
I wanted to add up on this one, Mataji. Even today, your quote was that is keep on chanting Hare Krishna, whether you are in difficulty, whether you are in happiness, in whatever condition you are keep on chanting Hare Krishna. That was a beautiful quote.
Yes, Prabhuji, yeah. Vanamalini Manjari Mataji sent me that quote.
Hare Krishna. Nice. All right. Thank
So
you
you did
very
one
much.
verse, Prabhuji, right? Today, 24.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, 25. Okay. Okay. Anybody has any question or comment? Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mataji. I'll stop here. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for this wonderful
Hare
class.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Gita Mataji, I was waiting for your call. Hare Krishna. And Vanchakalpatarasya Kripa Sindhu Vaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Anand Koti Vaishnav ki Jai Namah
Jai.
Thakur ki Jai.
Jai.
पाद की जय ग्रंथ
जय।
भागवतम की जय भगवद गीता की जय
Jai.
गोविंद दास की जय
Jai.
Jai.
प्रभु जी हरे कृष्णा
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Bol.
Hari Bol. Hari
Hari
Bol.
बोल हरि बोल
Hari Bol. Hari Bol.